positions.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, they've got Adebayo. Jones is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson, and it's Nunn in at the point guard. And for the Celtics, Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Tice in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here is Robinson. Outside Butler. High arcing shot. He takes it up and lays it in.
Well, we know Jimmy wants to get to the cup, but sometimes the defense forces you to modify things. How pretty was his floater? Woo!
That one good for 2.
And getting the offense started with a high-quality look down low.
Nunn passes to Butler. Here's Nunn. His last outing, he had 18 points. Puts it up from 12, and it's good. 2 points. Butler's got his second basket of the night.
Well, Butler needs a lot of defensive attention when he's in the mid-range. You've got to have a body on him.
Brown outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Hayward can't hit.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Robinson kicks to Adebayo. And stolen by Tatum. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Pass to Walker. Now here's Tice. 20 points for him last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. 5 on the clock. Here's Tatum. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Boy, out in transition, Butler gets his eyes on the rim, and there's no denying him.
For Boston, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Outside Tatum. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's Tice. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Well, you can tell there's a team-first mentality with the young gun Jason Tatum working to find the open teammate. Nice.
Here's Nunn. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Outside Robinson. Clock at 4. Butler on the way. Trying to get open is Adebayo. Butler, no good. Boston trailing. Here's Hayward. It's good. This game is all even.
Well, Gordon Hayward showing he can score from just about anywhere, but he's especially dangerous close in.
Here's Nunn, guarded by Walker. Butler against Hayward. The putback.
Sees his man, has the angle on the interior, and drops a dime right there.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Walker the pass to Tice. Outside Tatum. The pass to Walker. Offensive rebound Celtics. Second chance shot. It's tipped. Here's Nunn. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Outside Robinson. The Heat need to get a shot off for 3. And Tatum pulls it down. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. Trailing by 2. Passes it to Walker. Takes a 3. And no good that time. And Miami the other way now. Last time they met was in Miami.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
You know, you try to establish consistent substitution patterns. It helps you stay in a rhythm, and they had to go to their bench much too early.
Here's Tatum. Excellent D that time from Jones.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Guys, you talk about players coming in and with a huge impact. Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Rare do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum. Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
Butler with the steal. Takes it off the glass. Butler's got 8 points.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first. Inching our way toward the end of the season here in the NBA, Doris, and just how much fatigue after all these games and all these months and practices and travel, how much fatigue are these players feeling, you think, right now?
Well, I think NBA players like to tell us come March, come April, everybody has bumps and bruises. No one is 100%. What you're hoping to do as an NBA organization is manage the rest that you can possibly give to your guys down the stretch of the season, because the healthier you are going into the postseason, the better off you're going to be.
As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. Taking a look at Boston, unless they completely melt down, they should be in good position for a playoff run. And, of course, the Heat right on their tail, vying to move up and take over if they get the chance.
And I think for Miami, they've moved toward the postseason with one of the best records in the league. Safe to say, this is not where most people thought they'd be at this stage of the year.
Well, there really was no way you could have predicted they'd have this kind of season. The only people that aren't surprised are the players and the coaches themselves.
Here's Nunn. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Adebayo. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Tice with the ball. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. On the wing, Brown. Guarded by Robinson. He was all alone on that one.
Well, don't you love the way Jaylen Brown is squaring up in the mid-range? This guy's getting his feet under him. His pre-shot preparation outstanding.
Here's Nunn. Pass to Adebayo. That one goes. Count it. Adebayo's got his second bucket.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Brown, the pass to Tatum. The 10-footer. It's hauled in by the Heat. Right side Robinson. Out to the right wing. Here's Nunn. Walker with some nice D.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Now Hayward. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And let's not forget about the assists. This guy as a playmaker was a driving force for that offense. This guy has not been a factor at all in this quarter, and it has hurt the team.
Robinson with it. Picked up by Brown. Butler from outside. Here's Adebayo. And he makes good on the layup. Adebayo's got 6 points.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
Hayward against Butler. Hayward grabs the board. Celtics trail by 6. Shoots from 12. Robinson pulls it in. He'd have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. For Boston, they come into this one following a loss to Milwaukee. And here's Walker. 11 points for him in that last game against Milwaukee. Lock at 6. And it's Miami with the rebound. Adebayo's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
Here's Nunn. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Butler feeling out of it. Miami no good on that time either. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. 6-point game.
And the city of Boston, 12 championships since 2000, 6 in football, 4 in baseball, and 1 apiece in hockey and basketball.
Greg, you'd have to say Boston has become the sports capital of the country. The fans are knowledgeable, they're passionate, and they are justifiably proud.
Now here's Butler. After Gordon Hayward's miss, some solid defense from Brown.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it. Boy, at some point, you've got to realize there might be a better option standing next to you. This guy has not made 1 basket in this period.
Here's Nunn. Butler on the way. At the teardrop, and it's good on the layup. Butler's got 10 points in the game.
This guy is so good at exploiting the holes in the defense and getting inside. Jimmy Butler, high percentage finish.
Tice passes to Brown. Tatum kicks to Hayward. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Jimmy Butler.
Well, his body has grown, and Gordon Hayward has now become a physical force. He excels at getting to the line.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility. Shoot 2.
The first free throw is good. You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
I think it's easy to admire everything Gordon Hayward brings to the table. This guy can score at all 3 levels, and he can also defend. He's crucial to this team.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Well, Gordon Hayward obviously still working his way back to peak form. Let's remember, this guy was an all-star in 2017. We know he can be a franchise guy.
The Celtics shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Hayward hits them both. 1:21 left to play here in the first. Robinson dishes to Crowder. Outside Butler. Pass to Dragic. From downtown. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. And Doris, you talk about when Gordon Hayward is playing his best. What makes him, in your mind, so special?
Well, when he's right physically, he can be a go-to offensive weapon, Kevin. This guy is the true definition of triple threat, right? He can pick you apart with his passing, with his shooting, and also on the dribble drive. Boy, when he's right, he is tough to stop.
The Heat leading by 8. Crowder inside. Guarded by Walker, and the shot's good from Crowder.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect.
Now here's Tatum. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Boy, and defensively, he had them off balance. He was able to come away with 4 steals.
Butler against Hayward. Outside Butler. Two on the clock. The shot comes out, and so it's Miami holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. The trade deadline is approaching, and Jimmy Butler talked about how it feels hearing your name in trade rumors.
Rumors are different for everybody, to tell you the truth. For me, I don't think about it because whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You go out there and control what you can control. You know, try to help your team win games, play to the best of your abilities. And if it just so happens you get traded, then you got to suit up and play for the next team.
Staying level-headed and ready for whatever's next. That's Jimmy's mindset, Greg, in a nutshell.
And it's fair to say that the level of professionalism and maturity he possesses is really impressive.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. We've got Hero, Jay Crowder out there with Kelly Olynyk. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Dragic in at the 1.
The clever floater, right? Marcus Smart putting the right amount of touch on what is really a tough shot.
Dragic against Walker. Dragic gets the bucket. Dragic has got 5 now.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Dragic against Walker. Over Dragic. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Walker.
You got to shadow Walker. His mid-range game is on point.
Hero passes to Dragic. There's the pass to Hero. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, "I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school. I didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage." Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A.
And the Celtics, Brad Stevens, one of the youngest head coaches in the league and also one of the more respected.
And Greg, I was surprised that he didn't get any Coach of the Year votes 2 seasons ago. Think about it. The Celtics overcame injury to make the Eastern Conference Finals. Last season, he admitted his most trying in the 12 years as a coach. Boy, he is looking to get them back on track.
You know, this is in part what makes Marcus Smart very dangerous, right? He can slice into the defense. He's got that remarkable speed to get where he wants.
Now, here's Dragic. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte. And Olynyk kicks to Butler. Again, the miss by the Heat. For Boston, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Smart misses. The Heat with the lead. Three-pointer, Crowder. Rebound, Boston. Brown's got 6 rebounds in the game. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And you look at Jaylen Brown, the 3rd pick back in 2016. Doris, tantalizing strength and athleticism.
Well, the absolute definition of a perfect basketball body. Excellent first step. For him, it's all about aggressiveness. Bringing those tools to bear in terms of your basketball skill.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Doris, this game always evolving. Fascinating to see the players who drive that change with their unique talents find a way to do things differently.
Well, probably 2 guys currently that have revolutionized the way the game is played. Stephen Curry, with the incredible range he has on his three-point shooting. You've got to guard him as soon as he crosses the half-court line. And honestly, if the goal would be good from the other side of the half-court, he'd probably push it to out there. And James Harden, so prolific at drawing fouls. It might be maddening to the fans of opposing teams, but James Harden has led the NBA or been at the top of the free throw attempts list for years now.
Great example. Shots good by Hero.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Walker against Dragic. The shot. That one wide left.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Here's Hero. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. And with this summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
And he knocks down the first one. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for the Heat. He's perfect from the line this time.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
And Walker kicks to Cantor. Pope loose. It's stolen by Dragic. Drops in the breakaway layup. Dragic has got his 3rd basket of the night right there. For the Heat, their last game a loss to the Hornets. Here's Walker. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Dragic against Walker. Stolen by Cantor. And Tatum with a clear path to the hoop. And slam dunk by Tatum.
We know we're talking about a skilled scorer in these open floor situations. Jason Tatum knows where to be.
Now the feed to Olynyk. And the dunk by Olynyk.
And they're just doomed if they keep letting them post up like that.
You've got to deny the position to afford them no opportunity at making that entry pass into the post.
Now here's Smart. He's coming off a 16-point game against Milwaukee.
Well, you also have to credit the way he controlled the pace of the game and was able to create for his teammates.
Stolen by Walker. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
Walker against Dragic. Shoots over Walker. Again, the Heat good for 2. Celtics trail by 4. Smart passes to Cantor. Outside, Walker. Shoots over Dragic. Walker's shot is off. For Boston, they come into this one following a loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee. Dragic the pass to Hero. From 13, and Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got 8 rebounds in this game. Over in the corner, Brown. Back to Tatum. Brown outside. Just 5 on the clock. Puts it up from 15. Jump shot is good that time. Brown's got 6.
It's important that Brown get going from here, right? This is a potential star who has to continue to improve his scoring ability.
Dragic the pass to Hero. Iguodala deciding where to go with it. From deep. Hero no good.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Brown kicks to Walker. He nails it, and we're tied up. Walker's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Hero. Pass to Dragic. Here's Hero. Now here's Olynyk. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range. Olynyk's got his 2nd basket. Here's Walker. 12 points for him. He feeds it to Cantor. Over Olynyk. And with that, the Heat lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Enes Kanter.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Outside, Dragic. To the wing right side. And that one goes long.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. And 11 points for Goran Dragic.
Well, what a great look by Andre Iguodala. We know he's unselfish. If there's space for his guy, he's going to find him.
Shot's good by Walker.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Dragic with it. 11 points in the game. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
Unloads from 13. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Stolen by Cantor. Smart deciding where to go with it. Now Cantor. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Walker with it. Now guarded by Dragic. Just 3 to shoot. The 3 from Tatum. Rebound by the Heat. They've led by as much as 10. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them. Hero, no good.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Iguodala against Smart. Pass to Hero. There's 1:38 left to play in the first half. Here's Dragic. Here's Olynyk. And the dunk by Olynyk.
You know this, Kevin. Olynyk has a terrific motor. He's always been a high-energy guy who makes things happen.
Walker the pass to Tatum. And here's Kanter. In the corner, Smart with it. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got his 6th rebound on the night. Iguodala against Brown. Now here's Dragic. 13 points in the game. Stolen by Walker. To the middle. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Enes Kanter.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Now here's Dragic. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game.
I'll tell you, his shot is just lost right now. There's just no consistency. Amazing that they're still up in this basketball game.
Walker against Dragic. Walker the pass to Smart. Four on the clock. Here's Brown with the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Brown's got it all tied up now for Boston.
Well, to me, that's excellent timing from Jaylen Brown. He shoots with confidence, knowing his teammates trust him.
Near the 3-point line, it's Dragic. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Kemba Walker firing on all cylinders for Boston. He keyed their comeback effort. He's the reason they are tied to close out the quarter. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Brad Stevens. Coach, what did you think of your team's energy in the first half?
I think the energy's fine. I thought we did look a little gassed at the end of that first stint for some of our starters, but I thought for the most part it was good.
Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Tremendous first half. Glad to have you back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. For Boston, it was a challenging first quarter. They wasted no time putting themselves in a difficult situation, having some issues at both ends of the floor, and falling behind by 8 points by the time the period came to a close. Throughout the second quarter, they had a big improvement in shot selection and overall offense. They shot 52% from the field. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
Well, I love the way they're pushing the tempo, beating the defense down the floor, filling the lanes, finishing with authority, Ernie, getting to the rim and finishing hard.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
Ernie, they're taking way too many threes. The offense has no rhythm. They need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe try to get a little bit more transition, more of the pick and roll. Anything other than shooting that 3. It's not going.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We've seen Kemba Walker really having a great game.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for Boston. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward, with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the 5 spot. That's the Boston 5.
What a polished scorer is Jason Tatum. Use your physical gifts and get to work.
And you look at Jason Tatum able to play either forward position. Doris, do you think his future is at the 3 or at the 4?
I think he is interchangeable at either position because his scoring can be devastating. For Jason Tatum, it's really a matter of making sure he continues to gain strength, continue to be a force and factor on the defensive end, and probably enhance his footwork around the rim a little bit.
Here's Tice after the Heat pick up 2. Tatum finds Walker, and there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question, Greg. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Here's Nunn. The dish to Robinson. Tatum against Butler. Shoots over Walker and off the front iron, and in it goes. And 12 points for Jimmy Butler.
Well, sometimes the best strategy is get Jimmy the basketball and let the Butler do the work.
Walker dishes to Tatum. Pass to Brown. And a wide open look for Walker. All 3 off the mark. The Heat with the lead. Outside Robinson. Here's Nunn, guarded by Walker. Kicks to Jones. That shot missing. Now Boston takes it the other way. Picked him clean. Now the pass to Nunn, and he uses the glass on the layup. Nunn's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Walker the pass to Tice. Tatum on the wing. Defended by Jones. Tatum against Jones. And with that, the Heat lead is cut back down to 2 at those points from Tatum.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Nunn passes to Robinson. Dishes it to Butler. Shot clock at 5. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Kemba Walker picks one up.
Well, they say players are made in the summertime, and that's Jimmy Butler's favorite time of year. He calls it grimy season. Gets out in the country and puts in that work.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Greg, those summertime workouts for Butler, they are something.
I mean, they sure are. He calls them bandanas and buckets. Grows his hair out, 2-a-days, hot yoga, intentionally isolated from the hustle and bustle of the big city. It gives him an excuse to really just lock in.
And so Butler nails both of them. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst. Breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career and what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
And it's the Heat with the ball. After Gordon Hayward's three-pointer, they didn't go. Outside Robinson. Puts up a 3. And Boston with the rebound. Hayward's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Brown outside to the right side. Here's Walker, and he hits it to tie the game up. Walker's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Butler from outside. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And they take the lead. Tatum's got the lead up to 2 now for Boston.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Here's Nunn. He dishes it to Butler. Lets it go. Here's Adebayo. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Well, you love the persistence on the offensive glass. All about effort right now.
And Bam Adebayo. He just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size.
Robert Williams, he's checked in for Boston. And Wanamaker comes in for Brown. And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 1. Poked away. Robinson with it. Now defended by Hayward. Throws it up high. And Adebayo throws it down.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Walker. And he banks in the layup. Walker's got 6 here in this quarter.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Outside, Robinson. No good from outside. The Celtics have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Shots good by Walker.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Nunn. Passes to Leonard. Here's Butler. Softly drops in the floater. Butler's got 16 points. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
Walker finds Hayward. Back to Walker. Banked in off the glass. Walker's got 10 points here in the second half.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Nunn, guarded by Walker. Another shot. Nunn, that's good. 6 points for him.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
The Celtics have gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. Walker with it. Butler covering. Shoots it up. Walker's shot is off. For Miami, they've gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Outside, Robinson. Here's Nunn, guarded by Walker. Nunn, that's good. And it's a 3-point Heat lead.
You love that this guy doesn't get down on himself after a rough first half. Keep your composure and keep grinding.
And Walker kicks to Hayward. And it's sent back by Leonard. Butler against Hayward. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward.
Boy, I love to watch Jimmy Butler work in the post. High activity level. Hard not to foul that guy.
And Greg, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the top handful, no doubt about it. Multiple all-defense selections. He is a true two-way terror.
Free throw, good Butler.
And the Celtics last season mourning the passing of the great John Havlicek.
You know, Greg, he spent his entire career with the Celtics. He won 8 titles along the way. He was known as one of the great competitors and a class individual. His legacy undoubtedly will live on.
Both shots good from the stripe. Of course, you've covered so many great basketball players over your many years in this business. As a player, coach, now broadcaster, who has been your favorite athlete to watch or cover or report on?
All right, Kevin, you know I can't possibly name one, so I'm going to just throw several names out there. LeBron James has overcome so many challenges as a young person even before his NBA career. So his story is absolutely incredible and inspirational. How about Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers in the history of the NBA? Or Damian Lillard, who has proven so loyal to his fan base and organization and is one bad man when a game is on the line in the playoffs.
And looking to stop this run and get back on track.
Really needs to settle his guys down right now and get them refocused.
Some numbers for Gordon Hayward. They've gotten some big performances from him since the All-Star break. He's putting up about 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Now here's Williams. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Tatum, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, you like to see Jason Tatum be aggressive even when the defense gets physical.
Boston shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. That one falls for Tatum.
Well, how about Jason Tatum's rookie season? In the heat and the crucible of the playoffs, this guy rose to the level of the pressure. Incredible.
And the Heat making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. And so Tatum nails them both. The Heat leading by 3. Pass to none. "11 feet away, and the jumper is good. Nunn's got 10 points here in the second half.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Outside Tatum. Jimmy Butler with the rebound.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes. What a big-time asset defensively.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
And Greg, one of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
So it's Boston now. The Heat getting the bucket. Iguodala outside. Here's Nunn. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those those high percentage looks from inside.
Hayward dishes to Tatum. Outside, Smart. Back to Tatum. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Nunn. 12 points for him. And Adebayo throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here's Wanamaker. 11-point game. Outside, Smart. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Miami's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And it's Butler missing. And so it's Hayward with it. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Pass to Tatum. He can't hit that time. Well, he go the other way with it. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Heat have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Celtics making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Second free throw, no good. Celtics trail by 12. Hayward right side. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
Leonard with the bucket.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Here's Williams. Myers Leonard picking up that last basket. Yep, that one goes. Williams has got his first points in this one.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Iguodala against Smart. Iguodala, the pass to Nunn. Adebayo, high post. Here's Silva. Off target with his 3. Iguodala against Smart. Here's Hayward. The shot, no good. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Heat ending the third quarter with an energy burst, a 19-6 run. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the floor for Miami, they've got Iguodala. Adebayo is out there with Hero. And it's Silva in at the 4. Here's Nunn. He kicks it to Iguodala. Baseline try, and the shot is good. Iguodala's got the lead up to 14 now for Miami.
Well, we know that Andre Iguodala has great basketball IQ and understands how to play in the two-man game.
Outside, Smart. The baseline J. Can't hit that one. Excellent D here by Iguodala.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Boston making some changes. Daniel Tice is checked in for Williams. And it's Brown in for Brad Wanamaker. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Celtics trail by 16. Smart with the ball. Brown drives in. Stolen. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Iguodala's running. Tipped away.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Here's Hero. He's covered by Brown. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. 4 on the clock. Tries again. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And a look now at the Boston Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. Then on Sunday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Andre Iguodala. Both good from the line that time. And it's Smart with the ball for the Celtics. It's a 16-point game. And the pass to Tice. Hayward on the wing. Launches it. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Well, Gordon Hayward is a special talent, Kevin. This guy has got size and speed and handle, and that's a nightmare for a defender.
Here's Nunn. Guarded by Smart. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Kicks to Brown. This one for 3. It's hauled in by Hero.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Nunn passes to Dragic. With the floater. Nunn, that's good.
You can see it. He's taking better shots, and the results are coming because of it.
Celtics trail by 17. Left side, Smart. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, you know Marcus Smart understands how to use his body inside, and I just love how he goes right up with the shot.
Here's Nunn, guarded by Smart. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Smart.
Shoot 2.
knocks down the first one. Of course, we know historically the Celtics, the only franchise to ever have a four-peat, 4 straight championships. Do you think at some point we're going to see another?
I'm not sure there can be in today's NBA, Kevin, and there are a number of different contributing factors. Number one, the salary cap implications that happen. Number two, look at the Golden State Warriors, who were well positioned for a three-peat. And yet, as you know, luck plays a small part in an NBA championship. Luck relative to injuries. You see Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant both get lost in the midst of an NBA Finals. This is it's challenging enough to go back-to-back. Forget about four-peat.
Here's Nunn. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Nunn's got 10 points in the quarter.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Now Walker. And the shot goes down. Walker's got 26.
And that is how he rolls. A prolific scorer. Walker's been calling his own number tonight.
It's stolen by Tice. Brown outside. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Brown no good on the free throw.
And for Jaylen Brown at the free throw line, he has worked so hard on his mechanics, and that's paid dividends in terms of his confidence, guys.
And Adebayo throws it down.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Shot from free throw range. Walker's shot is off. The Heat leading by 17. Passes it to Jones. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Shooting two.
And the first one drops. And so Jones nails both of them. And Walker's got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. Trailing by 19. Beyond the arc. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The Heat have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Back to Robinson. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. And Miami also making a switch. Butler's checked in. And here's Walker. Good, nice job down low. Walker's got 28 points for the game.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Robinson finds Dragic. Three-pointer. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Heat lead by 20.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
And here is Tatum after the three-pointer from Goran Dragic. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. Miami leading by 20. Doris, we've both been very public in our admiration for LeBron, the face of the league, for so many years. When he retires, and we're approaching that date, who do you think might step up and take his place as the face of the NBA?
Well, probably the most likely candidate is the new and reigning MVP, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is an absolute physical force. He's put on 50 pounds. He's getting more and more skilled. When he adds that three-point shot as a consistent weapon and gets to an in-between game, he will be impossible to guard. Kawhi Leonard, you know, he is now sort of taking over as a multi-time winner of the Finals MVP, and certainly a player guys want to play with. So just a couple of possibilities there, Kev.
The first free throw is good.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
There is a certain skill and intensity every single night that Jimmy Butler brings to the table.
The Celtics have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. And Walker kicks to Hayward. Pass to Tice. To the inside. Brown. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Well, how about Jaylen Brown showing us his touch down low? Skilled at getting high percentage shots in the paint.
Robinson dishes to Dragic. Well, some of these players are making more money on endorsement deals than on their NBA contracts. I mean, I just shake my head at that, don't you?
It's an amazing time in which we live, because the power of social media and the understanding of today's athlete that their brand is significant and that their brand extends outside of the lines of competition. You see so many men who have overseas opportunities, whether you're talking Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell. They understand the power of the face and the talents they bring to the table. Truly, truly remarkable young men.
Remarkable indeed. Walker's shot is off.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Well, we know this. When Jimmy Butler is cooking, he can put points on the board in a hurry. Look out.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Bam Adebayo.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And they were in danger of losing back-to-back games before he stepped to the forefront here tonight. This was not a game he was going to let get away from him. And it's Miami's ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Leonard, the pass to Dragic. drops in the layup for 2.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Pass to Williams. Back to Green. Russ, do you have high hopes for the new draft lottery system to keep every team competitive to the very end of the season?
Well, one of the keys in implementing this new draft lottery system was to make sure that the bottom 3 teams were given equal opportunity to get that top draft choice. I think you did see it have some effect on play and teams trying to be competitive while understanding they're still going to have an opportunity to build their team through the draft. But here's the reality. The NBA has got to be under review constantly. There's a process in play. It's one of the most proactive leagues in the country in terms of always looking for little things to make sure their game is the best it can be.
Attention to detail. Well said. Now here's Dragic. Rebound by Williams. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Edwards inside. He's guarded by Dragic. And it's Williams finishing it off.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here we felt it. Now here's Dragic. Count it. Dragic has got 20 points.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight, Greg. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
Here's Green. A floater. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
Of course, it seems like Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, is one of the most well-liked commissioners in all of sports worldwide. Why do you think that's so?
Well, I think he was amongst the most important members of the staff of his predecessor, David Stern, who obviously oversaw the greatest growth in NBA history. The NBA became a global game. But Adam Silver didn't skip a beat. He is a great listener, a great communicator, and I've said this about the NBA for a very long time. It is a league that is in constant self-evaluation process. It is always looking for ways to improve the league, whether that means organizationally or with the play between the lines, and that's all you can ask for, Kevin. Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for Boston. 11 feet away. That one off the back iron and out. The Heat shooting an outstanding 53% for the game.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Miami.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games. Now here's Green. Back to Tatum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They get a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill. And a new group in for the Celtics. Robert Williams is checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Tatum. Shemi Ojeleye is checked in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Edwards in for Kemba Walker. .51 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And it's the Heat with the ball. Here's Nunn. Outside Hill. Five on the clock. The pass to Nunn. Over Edwards. Got a piece of it. And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Passes it to Ojeleye. Pass to Edwards. The dish now to Green. Over Leonard. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Jimmy, you have been outspoken about the need for maximum effort. Was it part of your plan to grab wins like the one we saw tonight?
It wasn't a part of my plan, but whatever works, works. I think we got a bunch of talented guys, and at times we forget how hard we got to play. On the road, at home, this is how we got to play basketball.
Jimmy, thanks for the time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.